Well, hello again to my reading of my fanfiction, Identity Quest. This is your host, Madhuri Devidasi, or as I'm known on fanfiction.net, Katyusha. Yeah, it's not Katisha, it's Katyusha. It's apparently I accidentally gave myself a very popular Russian name for a girl, Katyusha. I should know. I have many Russian friends right now. And on Archives of Our Own, I am a servant of Krishna. And on YouTube, I am a servant of Gauranitai. So, servant of Gauranitai and servant of Krishna is synonymous. Well, it's been quite a while since I've sat down to record, haven't I? And meanwhile, I've written and posted quite a bit since the beginning of summer. So the reason why I was not posting is not because I've lost interest in writing or even reading. The reason why is so as a servant of God, as a servant of Krishna, I have a duty. My duty is to spread His glory, and the easiest way to spread His glory is you put your shoes on, your sandals, or flip flops. You can even go barefoot if it's legal where you live. Go on the street with your pals or even alone, and you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And you do that for 3 hours, which is basically my schedule for the last few months. And it's the most amazing thing I've had. You should try it, guys. If you see Hare Krishna on the street when the whole COVID things will be over, the lockdown will be over, and and they'll find an actual good vaccine that won't turn us into zombies. Well, not technically the body's already dead, so guess what? We're all zombies, guys. Thankfully, I have the cure. Um, okay, I think you're going to hear a friend of mine coming up right now. So, in the Hare Krishna temple, we do have a stage in the temple I'm serving at. And recently, our temple president decided to put some stairs behind because there's a very nice scroll space. That's where I'm recording right now. It's a nice place. It got internet connection. Yeah, so I can get this amazing podcast. Anyway, enough talking. So obviously, all that you see are stories I really want to read to you. One is the coronavirus. The other one is Deus Ex Machina. No, that's not the one. Oh, okay. Bloopers. One is Deus Ex Machina, which is Baby Zero. Or is it? And finally, you have Identity Quest. I'm at chapter 11. Um, okay, I'm now don't remember at which chapter I was before. Okay, that's chapter 1. Yeah, it's been a long, long, long time. Okay, chapter index. Um, yeah, that was Spark, in which yeah, basically my plan was for Nanashi. Okay, the original plan was for Nanashi to just, he was not an orphan, but he was coming from a family of devotees. He was kidnapped, and it was just normal human devotees. And then for some reason, well, when devotees say for some reason, we know the reason, but it's a bit silly for us to say. Um, well, Miko from Toho Project, Toyo Satomimi no Miko became his mom. It's convoluted, I will give you that. It's silly. It's. I don't know how it got to the place, but I guess I'm just too. Uh, anyway. So the one sleeping under the well. So I think you know who it is. Okay. That's okay. Right, so that's just the first part of the blurb. Um, and If you want to read it, you can read it. And it's okay, can pause now. Basically, this is a you know how a neophyte Hare Krishna sees the whole thing, and um yeah, play this, you can chant on, but better if you go on ISKCON Desire Tree. This is where all the good stuff is. Okay. Also, sorry if my voice sounds tired. Once again, I've yesterday I did another 3 hours. Well, I've led kirtan for 1 hour, and another one of my colleague named Pranagaranga led for 2 hours. That was great. Azahi, are you sure you want to do that? Nanashi asked, ill at ease as he peered at the useless well of the Ueno area. For the last time, yes. Azahi rolled her eyes from inside the well. She had her hand on her hip and a look that just promised trouble if her adopted brother would not do as she commanded. Now stop acting like a dead slime and get down here. Nanashi held his tongue. There was just something about this well. It gave him a bad case of the creeps. Krishna, whatever's hidden there, I don't want to meet him. Nanashi addressed the Lord, taking shelter in his presence. The energy pouring out of the well was dark, cold, and foreboding, but most alarmingly, it was something very familiar. He had felt it in his dream. It was the same feeling he got when the crawling mass of darkness had engulfed that blue-haired boy, Yuki, in its terrible maws. Nanashi shook his head, dispelling the terrible memories of his most frequent nightmare. My dear Kripa, my dear Kripa, as much as you would love to flee from this path, I do believe I do not believe you have a choice. Krishna ruefully informed his servant, keeping a cooling hand on his shoulder. You have many secrets your sister can use against you. Believe me, until you come to terms with them, you should follow along. Nanashi sighed internally, feeling the Damocles swords of his darkest secrets looming above his head, a veritable leash his sister held. He still loved her. He just wished he could stop acting like he was a weapon. But is it really love you feel for her? Or is it a duty to your adopted mother? The Lord prodded. Krishna, that's kind of coming from out of nowhere, Nanashi informed his master. It was just something I was wondering about. So, is it really out of love that you get dragged to dangerous adventures by a spoiled child? Or is it out of duty to your deceased mother that you tolerate her? Nanashi remained silent. He couldn't answer that. This is worse than I thought, Mukara whispered as she surveyed the realm below her. She now could get a better scope at the task at hand, and now she had to admit, you were right, Radha. It will take us more than 3 days to find the body. And if we can even find anything left, the Kasha grumbled. Oh, by the way, do you know what is another name of Krishna? Kasha. Kasha, Kanaya, Kanai, Kanu. Yup, Krishna's name's everywhere, guys. Because as I told you in Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse, I will do everything in my power to liberate you. And if Krishna says it, Krishna means it. Okay. Dakasha grumbled, knowing full well how bodies decomposed. Also, I told you so. Mukhara remained silent, still gazing at the expensive domain. It rivaled Yamuna's own realm of Gensokyo. Yes, Yukari Yakumo is a Hare Krishna. And before you say, are you going to make everybody a Hare Krishna? No, only those Hare Krishna girls who the theme, in their theme, the Mahamantra fit. You ready? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, so apparently Yukari Yakumo, one of the most powerful characters in video game history. And I dare you to find somebody more powerful than somebody who can, gap concept, link, gap, and, well, Yukari Yakumo in the universe is not the most powerful. That would be Brahma and Yamaraj. But otherwise, oh, and also Krishna, obviously, and everybody living in the spiritual world, and everybody above, who are living above the Saptarishi, or the Big Dipper. Yeah, in Sanskrit, the Big Dipper is called the seven sages because those are actually planets. There are eight planets which are above the pole star, which is an eternal Vaikuntha planet in the material world. We call it Dhruvaloka. Anyway, now those seven planets are seven great sages. I don't remember their name. Um, but basically, they're so powerful, they could kill Yukari with a thought. They could, they have the power to destroy and to make the world at their own will, but they chose not to because they aim higher. Anyway, so yeah, that was Yukari, and I guess maybe I'll do more like that if you don't mind. Anyway. The millennial hermit let out a sigh as she ran a hand in her hair. If this is what I see on the surface, what will the inner codes hide? Well, no time like the present. Focusing inwardly, the Senin called forth her godly power, and then stifled a gasp. So, what are you seeing? Radha asked. No, okay, Radha is Orin Kainbo. It's a pretty nice song also, the Corpse Voyage. Oh yeah. Oh. Sorry. Is it still